All right, what's up? We're live. We're live. Cool, cool. Welcome to the Mac is weird. Welcome to Devil's Advocate, the podcast. Um, this I'm streaming this live currently on my Devil's Advocate live stream channel that I've made. Separate from the main channel because I want to, because I kind of like streaming. It's fun and stuff, right? So I'm streaming. I'm going to stream any of my long form content on that channel. But if you watch this, if you're watching this live on that channel, please check out my main channel, right? Devil's Advocate. But either or, check those two channels out. So today will be, because we're doing it a bit late. I don't want, to have my, friend up so late because he's tired and shit.
At a certain point.
Yeah. So we're going to maybe do something a little bit simplistic, right? We're just going to probably react to some dating, some Kendra G and things like that. But first, I wanted to just do a little bit of a tidbit of some recent things because we talked about this before. I don't know about if you watched it, right? Whole talk about affirmative action, right? I saw a few things about some Black content creators, right? Talking about because they saw this article about how Asian people are complaining about having a hard time getting into college, and after the whole affirmative action, I've read the article too. I mean, technically, whether there was affirmative action or not, it didn't change. It didn't do a whole lot for them, right? Okay. So I always felt like, yeah, it was stupid, right? So I said it. If you watch our older episodes, right, we talked about this. I was never for affirmative action, but you pointed out to me, right? You made me talk about this. It was a countermeasure to legacy admissions, and that I agree with, right? I agree with that. I would say we should abolish all of it.
Yeah,
because education, getting into school, right, at least college, should be about achievements, right? Should be about talent, pure and simple. Talent, achievements, those are that. Shouldn't be about your parents. Shouldn't be about your color of your skin, right? That's the thing where I do. And I understood, right? When Asian people were trying to battle for action, they were. I'm not stupid. They were puppets of white people, right? Certain white people, probably the legacy white people, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not stupid about that. I knew how that was. So, some of the Black content creators think about making it seem like, oh, poor Asian people now. Oh, look at that. They're not, being admitted into schools like they thought they were. I would say, like, it is what it is. I mean, like, I would think it would be stupid that Asian people thought that they would be now easier, have more easy time being admitted to schools. I think it really didn't do a whole lot for them, right? Okay. But again, the thing is that for me, if you guys, probably not, but if you guys had watched my early episodes and then know how the current landscape is and think that, oh, I was against affirmative action and look at how Asian people are doing, I don't care. I didn't care, right? I was, again, my stance was I was against all of it, right? Legacy admissions, affirmative actions, anything that's not about achievements and talent, okay? That's what I was against. So, yeah. Have you heard about any of the news right recently?
So I haven't heard much recently or looked into what was going on with that. So some of this is news to me.
It was, I mean, it wasn't like going viral or anything.
Okay.
Right? It just popped into my For You pages.
Okay.
So I just figured, you know what, for my particular audience who, if they notice that, I wanted just to address it a little bit. That, yeah, I was never, I hate it for action because I hate Black people. No, that wasn't my my train of thought or my thought process. I just felt like, again, it didn't help nobody really, right? By stressing certain criterias that don't make sense for education wise.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I understood the meaning of it because it was to counter legacy emissions. I understood that and I agree with it. But again, I was on the floor like, you should get rid of legacy emission too. Your parents shouldn't determine what kind of school you could get into.
No,
That's disgusting.
no. Honestly, I mean, this isn't going to happen in the U.S., but I think our whole school system and the way we think of it is just so messed up. Like
I mean, we talked about this we talked about in that episode too. We both agreed that colleges should be free.
yeah, absolutely.
Right? Whatever college should be free. Hell, let's say this, right? I honestly believe, let's say, top 3 college in the U.S. make that strictly cost you money. Okay, fine, whatever. Every other college should be free admissions, and then any colleges for higher degree like master's, PhD, that should cost you money, right? Hell, I don't even mind if it costs you even a lot. Let's say getting a master's is like 50 grand. Okay, double it then. Fine, because you take away college level bachelor's for free. Fine, if you want to get a master's, has to be, I don't know, 75, 100 grand, whatever. Fine, okay. If you want to do extra education, fine, pay more for that. Okay, but I mean, other countries do free colleges. We should do it.
We'd be doing ourselves a favor instead of limiting who can go to school based on their finances or any other criteria.
And we're pushing education more. Makes it seem like we're pushing education more because me and you, we grew up on like, what is it, the No Kid Left Behind shit.
Mm-hmm.
We grew on more like people pushing education. I think education has fallen from the wayside.
Well, it's because we make everything about money here instead of about educated. And what's funny is the country would probably be better off and more financially sound if they did have free schooling, because you'd have more qualified professionals coming out of school and ready to go right into the workforce and participate in the economy. You know what I mean? Which takes longer for a student to come out of school with debt and can't find the kind of jobs they need, and the ones who just don't go to school and they go to the workforce, but they don't make as much because and they can't contribute as much because they're not qualified for a lot of jobs we need done. So
exactly. I mean, I just think that our system is very flawed anyway. Forget about affirmative action. Forget about all this stuff. We're already flawed. I mean, like, hell, I would tell people don't even go to college, right? I would tell people do a trade.
Right now, I would tell them the same thing. I don't go to college.
Yeah, I mean, do a trade. I mean, like, gain some more real world work experience. Yeah, I would tell them to do that more than go to college and get a debt. And I don't know. Because funny, right? I was just talking to this person I know, right? A girl, 28 years old. She said she's a neuroscientist.
Okay.
She says she works for Princeton. Okay. She says, she got her master's. She was working on a PhD. Wow. All of she's very accomplished.
Okay.
She said she only makes about 50 grand a year. You make more than her.
Bro, what?
Yes.
Wow. And she's working in her field?
She's a neuroscientist. She's working at Princeton.
Wow.
And she said she makes about 50 grand. And I was like, why even go to school?
Yeah,
why even go to school?
That be the point.
What was that?
Does she live on her own or does she get residences at Princeton?
She lives with her sister, a roommate. I mean, come on. It's like, this is the thing where people don't understand. I mean, it's like, I said to her, I thought she was making a lot of money. She said, no, she ain't. I was like, she said she was living paycheck to paycheck. And then she said how much? Yeah, that bitch is living paycheck to paycheck. That is paycheck to paycheck. That paycheck is paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah. That's
so
It's weird,
I'm
man.
like, why even go to school then? But this is the thing, right?
Mhm.
I guess this is kind of segue, right?
Okay.
It happens a lot with women where they focus on career.
Okay.
They focus on things that are because like this, right?
Mhm.
Men, there are less men going to college every year, less and less. Men
Okay.
are decreasing going, but right, trade schools for men are increasing. Okay, so men are trying to take up trades.
Makes sense.
I think that's a better thing, right?
Okay.
Men are doing other avenues to make money. But that's the thing where let's say the flip side is that women are sacrificing those years to build that career because again, she's 28. Okay, she's still young.
Yeah.
But making 50K, you will let's say I think I mean, and I believe academics and they will probably make a lot of money, but late into their life.
It might
28,
take
she'll
a long
probably
way,
make
but yeah. I mean,
yeah.
at 28, 50K is not terrible.
No,
It's
it's
just
not.
you imagine if you're a neuroscientist, you make more, but
I thought that's it.
that's
But
just
like, let's say hypothetically, if she continued her path for another decade or two, well, yeah, she'll probably be making around 100K. But that's years of your life on something, okay? And you have to focus and dedicate to it. Well, plenty of women do,
Mhm.
and they don't understand that you be a slave to the system. Well, sacrifices will be made. So that will lead into let's critique some dating videos. Um, you know, let's go straight because you know what? Maybe I don't want to make this too long for you. Okay,
Okay.
so
Sounds
what do
good.
you
I'm
think?
here.
Well,
Where we
well,
diving in?
we'll see, right? So let's go straight into some Kendra G videos. I
Okay.
think that'll be more fun for you.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Let's do something. Okay.
Hi, Kendra.
So if you guys watch my main channel, okay, and probably I'm gonna do that on the lives. I react to Kendra G videos on a pretty regular, right? These are the women that are in the dating market. So I always like that. Okay, these are the women that you know what men interact with, men have to deal with. Well, let's see what type of women that's out there. Again, these women don't necessarily represent everyone, but there's a lot of women like this. And in my personal opinion, these women represent the majority of women. I've never said all women, but they do represent, I think, a good portion of them. So let's see how they are.
Are you driving? No, I'm sitting in the car. Okay.
Could you hear well?
Yeah, I hear it. Yep.
Hey, I watch you all the time. Thank you. Where you guys watching this from? Chicago. I love it. Chris, how old are you? I'm 51. Oh, 51. You look good, girl.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The older a woman is, okay, and that she's still in the dating market,
Hey, look, man.
the bigger the red flag. Okay, you don't see me say this, but I've said this in practically all my Kendra G videos. Okay, dating for women is easy. It is easy. There's going to always be a man that's out there that wants you. Always a man that wants to have sex with you. Always a man that wants to be your boyfriend, date you, and potentially there's always a man that wants to marry you. Okay, so with how easy dating is for women, you have to think logically. Why is this woman still on the dating market? And in this case, still on the dating market in her 50s. One, she is attracted to and attract terrible men. That is a red flag. That tells you about your character. Okay, tells you about what kind of person you are. And two, and it could be both or one or the other, but usually it's both. She is hard to deal with. Okay. No man that she's been with lasts long, right? That's just it. So that's why these women are red flag the longer they are on the dating market. Okay. So I would say be cautious with the women you date, because if you're dating a woman in her later years, well, there's a reason why she's still on the dating market.
Thank you. Cindy, what black or crack? All right, so what do you do for a living? I am a realtor and I am a business owner of La Cristal Lingerie. Realtor and a business owner of a lingerie place, a company? Yes, lingerie company. It's called La Cristal Lingerie. Okay. What's your zodiac sign? Pisces. And do you have any children? I have 3 boys. How old are your boys? My boys are 28, 22, and 17. All by the same man? 2 different guys. The 28-year-old's father and the other 2, they have the same dad. Okay. Have you ever been married? Never been married. Never married. Okay.
And here's the thing: a 50-year-old, never been married, 2 baby daddies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, right? See, it proves my point. The things I just said. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I want to hear more. I mean, we always talk about how guys shouldn't get married because there's no advantage for them, right? So if it's true that guys shouldn't get married, but it's a red flag if a woman hasn't been married.
Well, you gotta think like this. There's advice that benefits different people, right? I mean, let's say this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I was giving advice to a man, I'll tell you don't get married.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm giving advice to a woman, I'll say get married.
Yeah, but if the woman wants to marry a man and the man is like, no, he told me not to get married.
Well, look at this, right? Here's the thing, right? I told him not to get married, but remember what I've said before too. If you are going to marry someone, make sure it's because of children. That is the risk that you would take, because I've said before, I don't see the benefit of marriage for men. But you must, as a man, you must give a woman security. You just don't. And here's the thing, right? Well, I said men should not just get children from women just because. Okay? You shouldn't. So you need to give this woman the security of, like, I'm taking on this risk for you and for the kids that I want us to have. This is security. But this is the thing, right? Where I say, men, well, that's the advice I give to you. Women is that do not give kids to a man that won't marry you. Because that already off the bat is that he's not showing you that the security that you demand and you should demand. That's the thing. Oh, those 2 advice, figure it out. That's just how it is, right? If this man won't marry you, why would you give him kids? Right? That's the thing. If this woman won't give you kids, why would you want to marry her? There's no point. That's the thing where I say 2 things can be true at once. Okay? One is a benefit for that person. That's one of the thing where you don't. The advice should benefit the person. So if I'm saying a man, go ahead and marry women, why am I giving that advice to him when that doesn't benefit him? That don't make sense as an advice. Right? Maybe yes, it seems counterproductive, but it's not, because those should coincide, right? Like I said, if you want to marry her, she should be giving you kids, because there's no reason to take on such a risk without that. Okay. And for her is that, well, if you want marriage, well, you should be giving him kids. And if he wants kids, well, he should be giving you marriage. Plain and simple. What do you think?
I mean, I still don't know. I want to see more of the video, but I still don't. It's just like if all right, let's assume that this became the prevailing wisdom. Like most men figured it out. It doesn't benefit me to get married. I'm not gonna get married. The guy meet a girl and she gets like, up in her. Okay, so a couple of things can happen. If all the men were like, we're not gonna get married, you can't blame the woman for not being married because the men don't want to get married.
But
you would have to say, hey, if you marry me, I'll give you a kid, is what you're saying. Okay.
I'm surprised you don't. I'm surprised you're not 100% for that.
I mean, I'm for being married and having kids in a marriage. Yes, I agree with that.
Are you for having kids outside of a marriage?
No, but here's the thing that happens. You get into a relationship and you don't get married, you aren't going to not have sex.
Yeah, but
and I get it. Wrap it up.
You condoms, birth control. There's hundreds of things to do.
I guess, but there's also hundreds of kids around because.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? Okay, irresponsibility does not mean that it doesn't counteract what I'm saying. People being irresponsible, people being like stupid, does not counteract what I said. Again, yes, there's reality, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't change what I said.
I don't know if it's even practical to think that if you're in a relationship with a person
that you cannot have kids,
or if you live with a person, that you're always going to be able to have sex without having kids. Because one, most birth control is not 100%.
So you layer it on
100%.
I cannot believe you.
It's not.
I cannot believe you.
It's not 100%. There's absolutely going to be situations where you're overtaken by passion and emotion and you don't have a condom.
Okay, there's birth control. There's condoms. There's Plan B. Come on, bro. I know. Why are you doing that?
I'm just being realistic because, all right, I hear you, but how many people aren't married?
Okay,
have kids?
That's the thing, right? Yeah, I agree with you. Your sense that you're being realistic, but your realistic is that reality is people are irresponsible. That's the thing. Your realism is that yes, that happens, but people are irresponsible.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the thing.
So,
but that doesn't count. That doesn't discount what I'm saying. Is that yes, I agree. Reality, people are irresponsible. People are terrible and stupid. I agree with that. That's reality, but that doesn't counteract that. Okay, you're stupid. You were being stupid for doing that shit. Because again, like I said, there's a multitude of ways. There's patches. There's inside your body birth controls. There are condoms. There are Plan B. They're pulling out. Okay? I mean, like, go in the butt for all that matters.
He said, do whatever it takes not to make.
But it's like, there is ways for it. Yes, I get it. In the passion, but it's like,
and then
like, in the moment, Plan B means something.
And and let's say, all right, don't have kids unless you get married. But men don't get married, and women don't give kids to a guy who won't marry you. You're gonna end the human race if everybody followed those rules.
No, you're not. Look at this, right? You're super.
Am I like if I'm not gonna marry a woman, and the woman's not gonna give me kids unless I.
Look at this, right? You're not gonna marry her, right? But okay, you got ways. Like if you were in a man in that situation, right? You're not gonna marry her.
I'm not gonna marry her.
Right? You really want kids. Okay, you really want kids. And every woman you meet say, I'm not going to give you kids unless I get married. So, at the end of the day, a man's going to think, okay, fine. If the only way I could get kids is I need to marry her. Okay, fine. Most men, again, at the end of the day, what's reality is men will do what they can do to get the pee, to get the pussy. Okay, men will do what they can do. Okay, so if women say, The only way you can get this box, like have sex, is I need a relationship. Men will have a relationship. The only way you to get children is to get married. Men will marry. That's how it is. But like I said, you have to weigh the benefits. Like I said, marriage is a risk. That's why I said before, marriage is a risk for men. But the benefit of having children, if that's what your thing is, okay? If you really want children, and I want children, right? I love children, and I want to have kids. So even if, although I'm advocating, and I believe marriage is a risk, I think I would say men don't get it. But if I want kids badly with this woman, I'll say, okay. Because this is the thing, right? I'm not being selfish. That's the point. Right? Like I said, it's a risk, but do not, you see, you cannot, this is where a thing where you're using the woman. Then. You are abusing the woman. You're using her for children where that's not cool. This is why I said I hold men accountable. I'm not a hater of women. No. This is what I'm an advocate for logic and accountability, right? And sensibility. You're not using her, right? This is the thing. Don't use a woman because that's disgusting. So you want to benefit her because this is the thing where I'm a person where I don't give, right? And I don't just take and just take. No, life is about true morality is that if you're going to take, you better be effing giving. That's the thing. And that's what I want to promote. Okay. Right? If you are going to take from this woman, you better be giving to this woman as well. And that's why I said where you need to prove to a woman that I'm going to be there for you, right? I'm going to give you some stability, right? I'm going to give you my trust. I'm going to try to earn your trust. And earning that trust is, you know what? Look, babe, do you see this risk? This risk of marriage? I'm going to take this on because I want kids with you. I want to be with you. That's what the thing is. This is the thing where this is a problem, right? And again, you're being the devil's advocate. Perfect. Mm-hmm. This is the thing where this is a problem with women. It's that easy, right? A 50-year-old woman, she's stupid. No wisdom at all, right? You had one mistake, fine. You had 2 kids with that one mistake. Well, your next shouldn't have been a mistake, but you continue to make it. So before we continue, this woman does not qualify for marriage. So if she says she wants marriage, she's stupid. You didn't qualify for marriage the first 2 times. You don't qualify the marriage again. You're 50. She ain't giving any man more kids. So really, there's no benefit in marrying you. There's only risk. At 50, if she's marrying a man that's 50, 60, there's a high chance that he's at least decently stable. So he could still lose his shit. Okay? And she says she's a real estater, business owner. Well, most likely, she wants a man who's equally yoked. So a man that's equally yoked don't make sense for him to marry an older woman. Because what are you getting from that?
Love and affection, companionship, friendship.
You can do that in a girlfriend and boyfriend shit. This is the thing where
says, I'll give that to you if you marry me.
Give me a love and affection. This is the thing where you're skipping steps.
What if she says you can't like all right? We said, look, you want kids, you give me marriage. What if she said you want my companionship and my friendship and my love and my time, you give me marriage?
I would say that's not worth marriage. Because this right?
Guys, it is.
You know how is it not worth marriage? Right? Women's history. The last 2 men you didn't require marriage from. You gave them kids. So now me, I have to give you more, and I got less than what those other men got.
Tell
me where's the logic in that?
But we learn as we grow. So
but this is the thing, right? Men learn, right? Men does learn too. Wisdom. We can see that that's not a fair shake. That's not a fair deal. Right? This is the thing where that's why I said women's past matters. a man's futures matter. Okay? Her past shows that she dealt with men that she gave children to, her body to, love, companionship. They didn't require marriage. So why is that you gave these men, right, a 50% discount. And you gave them all this. Now you're giving me a lot less than you gave these men, but you're making me pay full price. Where's the logic in that?
I don't know, man. I feel like, I mean, and I don't want to hold us up from watching the video, but and I hear and I see your logic, but I feel like
don't use emotion, man. Don't use emotion.
Into her shoes for a second, right? Let's say, all right, she had a kid when she was really young. That was stupid. Okay, let's say it was I won't even call it stupid. She got a life out of it. Cool. A person that she loves, she made and loves. That's fine. She had a kid when she was really young. She said, man, it was with the wrong person. I shouldn't have done that. But it's done now. Right? She gets with a guy she really likes. No, they don't get married. That's a mistake, right? By your book. But their relationship works out pretty well. In fact, they have 2 kids together, right? Then it goes sour for whatever reason. I don't know whether it's his fault or her fault, but it's over now. She's got the 3 kids. She doesn't have either of the 2 guys. It took her long to learn, but she's like, the next person I get with, they can't have anything from me unless they're willing to give me marriage, right? She's an older woman now who's learned some things about herself and about men, and maybe this next guy who she meets, who's about her age in her 50s, she wants someone who make a commitment to her, but she's willing to give all of herself without looking for his money, because she's got her own money, right? So it's not his money that she wants. She's not going to divorce him and try to take half of his stuff because she's got her own, right? And she's had a family already. So she's had a ton of experiences, right? Now she wants someone to settle down with and live a happy life with. And the guy likes her personality, falls in love with her, likes that she's kind, like that she's compassionate, like that she demands a little bit. So she's not giving it away anymore. She's been through that. It was a mistake. Now she's learned her lesson. She's probably more likely to be faithful to you because she's learned these lessons from the past. You don't think that can happen? I think that she might be a better woman now because of what she's learned in the past.
Let's continue it. But let's continue the clip, the show, the video, and we'll talk more about it because
cool.
I'm going to say that.
So Crystal, 51, Pisces, realtor, business owner, mom to 3, never married. Okay, what kind of man you looking for now, honey? I'm looking for a great guy that knows exactly how he wants to treat a woman, that is focused, career driven, and wants to take care of a woman and build with someone like myself as an entrepreneur. Okay. I don't want your head to get cut off, so bring it up a little bit. We can see, there we go. All right. Wait, no, your glasses, I don't want your hair to get cut off, so I guess gotta be, there we go. We got to see your full face. There we go, perfect. All right, so you want a man that wants to build with you as an entrepreneur. I can't hear you. Oh, okay. Is that better? Yeah, now we can hear you. Okay, great. So you want a man that is willing to build with you as an entrepreneur? Correct. Okay. What are your deal breakers? My deal breakers is I don't want a liar. I'm not trying to control anyone. I want for someone to be their true, authentic self, but I don't want a liar. I don't want someone that doesn't understand my journey, my passion, and what I'm doing, and has a problem with helping me build. And I want someone that, I have grandkids, so I want someone that just wants to build a future for the most part. Okay. Does he have to look a certain way? I would prefer for him to take care of himself. That's the main thing. Just take care of yourself.
Okay. What about money? Do we gotta make a certain amount of money?
I personally, myself, I want a millionaire. Myself.
Did you say what?
So 7 figures.
She was a millionaire.
So I'm assuming, let's stay here for a minute. I'm assuming you date millionaires.
I've worked at the stock exchange. I've been around millionaires my whole life. So.
That's what I asked you. I said, do you date?
I've dated millionaires as well. Yes.
So what happened with those relationships?
Just didn't work out. Nothing personal. If something doesn't work out, I just let it go. It's nothing personal. I don't take anything personal. I feel like we all are on this journey to live our lives and do whatever we want to do. So when something doesn't work out, I just let it move on its way.
I feel you. So you dated how many millionaires you dated?
I would probably say maybe about 5 or 6. I don't know. I've been doing this journey ever since I was in my middle 20s.
Okay. So with that being said, 5 or 6 millionaires, and that's a big feat. Not a lot of women, first of all, not a lot of people even meet millionaires, let alone date millionaires, right? So if you dated 6 millionaires, what was the issue with any of them that could not go long term?
A lot of the times I think when you're in a certain caliber inside of your life, you have the option to move around and do whatever you want to do. And at those particular times in my life, I was a lot younger. I didn't know what I had sitting in front of me. So I probably wasn't taking my exposure as seriously as I should have at that time. So now that I'm a much more mature woman, if I get my run again, I'm definitely going to take advantage of that.
So when was the last time you dated a millionaire? How old were you?
The last time I was probably in my maybe 40s.
So we're saying 10 years ago?
About 10 years ago.
Okay. Okay, so 10 years ago was the last time you dated a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're saying so what at 51 do you wish you would have do at 40 so you could have just locked it in?
Well, for one, I think that your environment is extremely important. And as I stated earlier, I worked at the stock exchange. I worked at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange in Chicago. So my whole exposure and my whole everything was the entity of finance and money. So I would tell my younger self to look at your environment and take advantage of the opportunity for the environments that you're in. And don't be afraid to let go of anything that's not serving you properly. So for me personally, at 51 years old, I was just in the presence of a high affluent entertainer. I don't think he knew that I was 10 years older than him. And I told him no. I told him I was not going to go home with him and hang out with him personally. So
but let's get there. Okay. That's not what you want, though. You don't want to just go home with somebody and hang out.
Correct.
Are you, or are you seeking that? Or are you seeking?
No. That's why I turned that down, because that's not what I want. I want respect behind the money.
Right. Now let me ask you this. Those millionaires that you dated, were they situations like that, or were you in relationships?
They were probably more situationships that could have turned into relationships had I taken my environment seriously.
So you think, so the reason it wasn't a relationship was on your accord, not the guy's accord? I
would probably say yes, because I think that we have the opportunity to lead the situation because we have the power in the situation.
I disagree with that. And let me tell you the reason why. And this is why I'm asking you, because like you, I live in a world of men who are fluid and have money.
Okay.
The biggest thing that I have seen is a lot of them do not want to become husbands because it doesn't, in their mind, it doesn't make a benefit. Now, we could challenge that disbelief all day long.
Okay.
But now, of course, there are millionaire men who are married. And so I'm not saying that all men that got money do not get married. But I think even in your own experience, this is why I was asking you about your experience. Okay. If you dated 6 millionaires and they were all situationships, would that not be a sign that these were not men that were trying to settle down and become a husband, or no?
Well, for me, as I stated, I think that when I was in my youth and my prime, everything was at my footsteps, but I didn't realize it.
Okay.
So had I understood what I was in front of, I could have made the relationship work for me. I could have controlled that relationship for me.
So you can't, where those men at? I mean, they still alive. Why can't you go back to those guys?
Oh, they were once at the stock exchange. I'm not in that environment anymore. I'm an entrepreneur myself, pursuing my own dreams, my own goals, my own aspirations. And so I'm totally focused like a deer in headlights with making my business and my real estate industry pop for myself. So I'm not really focused on that.
I wanted to talk about, dissect all the stuff that she just said currently. Okay.
Okay.
So here's the thing where you talked about, right? She does care about a man's money. And that's dangerous. That is dangerous. Okay? She's not dating a man on his value. She's dating on, oh, I need a millionaire. Okay, I want a millionaire. I want a, like I said, a man that's equally yoked or more than me. That's how women go. And here's a woman that she has nothing to lose in a marriage. She has nothing to lose. If she's dating a millionaire, marry a millionaire, what does this woman have to lose? What? Okay. Her ego is telling her in her 50s, she qualifies for a millionaire. So in her 50s, after her prime, she still thinks that she could qualify for a millionaire. So most likely, she has nothing to lose. If she may, and again, shit like that does happen. If she can marry a millionaire, in her mind that, okay, well, I can divorce this millionaire if I feel it. If I'm not feeling this anymore, I can divorce him. And this is the thing where, like I said, there is no benefit for a man. Okay? Again, children is a benefit for a man, but that's not like the benefit is because you're passing on your legacy. Okay? But it's not the end all to be all, because still children can be a headache. It's all a bunch of stuff, right? So really, the benefit is there, but it's still not the most beneficial thing for a man. But like I said, it's a give and take thing. And here's a woman at 50, you know, if a millionaire, okay, a man is a millionaire, okay? Millionaires are under 1% of the U.S. population. And that includes men and women, not just men, okay? Millionaires are 1% of the population. Supposedly, she had 6 under her belt that she couldn't hook up in her prime. But you know why I said mindset, right? A woman's past matters, okay? In her later years, she didn't value men, okay? And it shows. She skipped over 6 supposedly millionaires. Now, just what I'm talking about, just when I stopped the video, right? She's talking about her business. She's talking about, I'm laser focused on my business, being all that stuff. You still not focusing on a man. He's a luxury. He's an auxiliary. He's just something on the side. Okay? Your focus is still not a man. Your focus is still on your business. At 50, you're focusing on business. This is the poison of modern day women. Okay? You're so focused on your career. Here's the thing I want to do where I stopped you from where I wanted to continue the video, because I wanted to say you can't have it all. That's not reality. Okay? You cannot have it all. You can't think that like what this woman have, her companionship, her personality. Well, for a millionaire, he has dozens, hundreds of that. Okay? A millionaire, he could date a 41-year-old. A millionaire, he could date a 31-year-old. A millionaire, he can even date a 21-year-old. Okay? With the whole personality, with the whole companionship that this woman has to offer. It's nothing special. Okay? It's really nothing special. When a man, okay, has lots of options, okay, he has hundreds of women to pick from, he can find the same type of woman in multiple generations. Okay? That's the difference, right? Let's say this. If she was like, I want an average man. Okay, well, then that's different. Because an average man, let's say this woman's personality is amazing. Okay? But an average man, his pool is much smaller. So if he finds this woman as amazing as she is, the chance that he can find another woman just as amazing isn't that high. Okay? So that's the difference, right? That's the difference to the caliber of man you're asking. Women don't understand, what are you asking? Okay. And what is that man? What does he want? He doesn't want a 51-year-old who's focused on career, who has 2 baby daddies, who didn't want to marry before, but now wants to marry you as a millionaire, right? Who, I can tell you this right now, she seems hard to deal with. She seems like a woman that has an ego. She seems like a narcissist. Okay. And I'm pretty good at reading people. I don't know how you. I would love to see how you read her, but I can see that. I can see the ego in her. I can see the attitude in her. Okay, at 51, she's very high and mighty. Okay, and I think she won't. She's not someone who's easy to deal with. So I can get the sense of that. And again, you're 51 and you're still laser focused on your career. That says that you wasted your time, right? Your prime. She wasted her prime having fun, which this is why I said women are terrible role models, right? You wasted your youth in having fun. And now when you have less to offer, you're more traumatized, right? You're older, you're jaded, you're as much as black on crack. Well, I would still want a younger black woman than an older black woman. So that's not beneficial. So really, there's less for her to offer. Especially, this is the thing, right? Here's the key thing. Especially a man that's highly desirable. Every woman wants a millionaire. I don't think there's a goddamn woman on this earth that doesn't want a millionaire, no matter how holy and amazing and good she is. If you could tell her, oh, hey, would you choose a garbage man? Or would you choose a millionaire? I would choose a millionaire every day. So, what's your breakdown?
I mean, yeah, all right. I probably wouldn't marry her, but like, but, and maybe there are a lot of women like that, who think like that. Okay, I have to count. I'm gonna have to like hunt down videos, evidence, because I know it exists of women who are the opposite, because they are out there and they aren't like rare. I think there's plenty of.
I think they're rare. I'm not saying they're not out there, but again, this woman, I think she falls into the majority. But remember what I said. I've always said majority could be 51% to 49%, right? To be honest, if I have to give a good average, I would say it's like 70-30. This type of woman, career focused, older, more jaded, more bodies, attitude, more trauma. Wanting a millionaire, wanting a man that makes a lot of money. Thinking you're all that, the ego. I think that's a majority of women.
Let me ask you something then. That woman we're talking about right now in this screen, if she were your friend, what would be your advice to her?
Stick with situationships.
Really?
I would say 2 things, right? Mm-hmm. If you want a millionaire, you want a man that makes a lot of money, stick to situationships. If you want to get married, well, find a man with morals. That's it. Don't matter what. Find a man with morals, and he has a job, and he has his own. He has his own. He takes care of himself. Could be a plumber, could be a garbage man, could be UPS, whatever. It don't matter. It don't matter what job he does. As long as he's surviving, as long as you don't have to take care of him, that's it. You're 50. You're 51. Spend the rest of your life with a decent man. That's it. That's my advice. Okay. That's my advice I would tell to a woman. Like, if she was 28, I would say, what do you want? Right? Do you want a career? Focus on that then. Do you want a man? I would tell, like, what I want to do, what I would tell my daughter, right? Mm-hmm. Know what you want. Do you want to be the strong, independent career woman? great. I will support that all the way. Be strong, be independent, focus on your career, make your millions. But don't expect or don't think that you will have a man to go along with that. Okay, that's it. Now, if you want to, I want a husband, I want children. Okay, well, don't expect that you will be making millions. Don't expect that you will make anything special. Your career won't be special, right? Think that, okay, find the best man you can right now. After career, work as a whatever. It don't matter your job. Just work where you can survive. Okay, and then focus on dating correct caliber men. Okay, no, terrible it is. What do you look like? Do you know how to take care of a man? How do you treat men? Right? What's your again? Men love looks, right? That's a fact. So how do you look? Do you attract good men? Do you attract men of high caliber? Right? Shit like that. So if you want that, focus on a man, right? But be very diligent. Okay? Don't have sex with men right away. 3 months, whatever. Be very diligent. Be very smart about your steps. Because the same energy that you would put into your career and your education, you should equally or even more put into finding a man. But those are two different paths. To think that you can do both, it's wishful thinking. It's not impossible, but know that to do both, you are sacrificing the caliber of both. That's just it. You want the more you balance, the more plates you balance, the less stable the plate balancing it will be. Okay. Balancing one plate is much more stable than balancing three. This is how it is. That's reality, right? And that would be my advice. I think a lot of women following other women's example is a detriment to them, right? Because most women think that they can have it all. Here's a woman. She squandered her youth as much as black don't crack for her. Well, wanting a millionaire, in a millionaire's mind, you cracked already. At 51, you are so cracked, you're dust. That's just how it is. Again, it's the caliber man. If she was 28, yeah, that makes sense, right? At her prime youth and beauty, where she has, she didn't have 3 kids, but she has 3 kids to offer a millionaire. She should have done that. But this is the thing where women are terrible role models. And this is the thing where I said fathers are so important, okay? Where they will ground their kids on reality, okay? Mothers should give children hope, right? Give them fanciful hope, give them pipe dreams, give them, just the more loving stuff. But fathers need to ground their kids. That balance, right, will help the children. Stability. Okay? But, a lot of women don't have that stability. And then they just turn to other women, and that's their downfall.
Okay. That was interesting. See, that's what I wanted to. I got you. I hear you. What does Kendra G have to say to this lady about?
Yes, sir. Focus on me and mine more than anything.
Got you. Okay. So if he doesn't make $1 million, he's not an option.
No, that's not true. I want a millionaire. But if as long as he is taking care of
what is the bare minimum then? Because if you want a millionaire, I'm assuming 100K would be too low.
No, I would probably say at least maybe 200. Okay. Around that much.
So, okay.
This is the thing, right? If you ever watched Kevin Samuels, why I love him is he's a man of logic.
Okay.
If a millionaire, both men and women, is like 1%, under 1% of the population, a 200K man is about 10, maybe 10% maybe of the population, and that includes men and women. Okay, here's women 50. You are searching. You want a rare man. Well, what do you think you're gonna get? And I'm not saying she might not get that, but she might not get it in how she wants it. Which I said, do situationships. If you want that caliber man, be his booty call. You know, be his, friends with benefit. Because for you thinking that you can command marriage from this type of caliber of man, unless, right? I'm not saying that won't happen, because money is not the only status or money qualifier for how high of a quality this man is. Maybe he's fat, maybe he's ugly, maybe he's whatever, right? A dork, socially uncalibrated, whatever. Well, see, those are the things that those will increase your chance of marrying that caliber of man, that socioeconomic caliber of man. But this is the thing, right? Women will always shoot themselves in the foot. I want a man that makes this money. I also want a man this tall. I also want a man this good looking. I also want a man this da. Well, you pretty much just made this man into the 1%. Right? Because you add all this crap on top of something already rare, the amount of money a man makes. Now you add all these crap. Okay, now you just made this man into a effing unicorn. And that's what women constantly do.
Okay.
We gotta do the Kendra kid first, though.
Okay, sure, no problem. You gonna get out the car with me? Okay, I'll be back.
Y'all just chilling in the car. What kind of car is this? Okay. Oh, together, your friend get out the car too. Okay. Well, let's see it. Let's see this body, girl. I know you got to have a body now. Okay, let's see that body. Let's see that body, girl. Don't look at herself.
So I'm here right now, looking at a property.
Now, see, older woman, right? Mm-hmm. Okay in the face, okay in the body. Those are all.
She's better than okay.
Like I said, those help, right? Like, again, to be honest, that only helps for situationships. Her personality seems hard to deal with, right? Very egotistical, narcissistic, very entitled. That just makes her hard to deal with type of woman. But like I said, that's why you have certain things that not make it hard to you to maybe get that type of man. But again, what are you going to get out from him? That's the question.
Now we're just judging her on the few minutes, the 9 minutes we spent with her in the video. So,
well,
we don't know.
I get a pretty good judge on women.
So you can figure them out less than 10.
I think the more women talk, the more they prove me right.
I'll take care of business at a real estate property.
Okay, names like they're not on Facebook. You don't 55. I'm gonna move forward. Just real quick, those men that you once dated, do you know they're like, did they ever get married? Did they ever settle down anywhere?
In all honesty, I haven't spoken to any of them in so long, but I do hope that they got married and settled down.
Their names like they're not on Facebook. You don't ever
like. No, these were very affluent people because I was at the stock exchange. So
right, but you're telling me you dated them, right? So I'm saying you know their names and stuff. You don't.
Yeah.
They have you have no idea where they're at in the world now if they ever got married.
No, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know what their lives took on at that time. That was back when I was in my late 20s, going into my middle 30s. So I don't know what those people are doing with their life now. But I know at that particular point in time in their life, the world was their oyster. They could have done and did anything that they wanted to do.
Okay, fair enough. All right, what was your last relationship, Crystal?
Oh, my last relationship, my real relationship was probably about 7 or 8 years ago.
7 or 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. Let me ask this. Okay, I'm going back to your age range. You'll date 40 to 50? Hello?
Okay, there we go. My phone rang.
Right. Yes. You'll date 40 to 50, you said?
Yeah.
Now, what is your goal? Is your goal, so, okay, you have 3 children. Are your 3 children by men that were millionaires?
my two children's dad, the one who I got 2 kids by, he definitely has made over $1 million. He is a business owner and real estate developer.
You guys couldn't get it together?
No, we couldn't get it together because we were together for years, for a long time. Damn near.
This is why I said, remember when I said back then, this is disgusting. You can give a man 2 kids. You can be with him for so long. He basically, right, makes what you want. And then you think you can find another one. You think you could leave this man and then find another one of equally your caliber.
Was that what she said? She left him?
Yeah.
As though it was a marriage. So we grew together. I watched him grow through his transgressions in life. And it just...
That's your husband right there.
Not anymore. He was my husband at that time. We're on totally different pages.
Does he have another woman?
He's in another relationship, yes.
Okay, fair enough.
And see, look, imagine that, right? How this is the thing where like this is the thing where like women are just like don't understand what they got. Here's a man who is practical. This is the thing I think it's disgusting, right? Where she grew with that man. She built with the man. And that's the easiest way for you to secure a millionaire kind of man or 6-figure kind of man. Building with a man. Okay? Because this man who you've been building with, he will see the importance of you. For you to now later in your life think that you want a man that's already built. Like, remember when I talked to you like a while back, right? Where I said that if you met a woman, right now, it's going to be different if you met a woman when you are the accomplished writer, the now maybe a multimillionaire kind of man. Mm-hmm. That will be totally different life and totally different expectations, right? Where a woman meets you later when you're already built. She wasn't there through the trenches with you. So really, that will make, if you see that point, right? Well, that's going to make a man that she meets with now going to see her differently. Like, I ain't going to marry this woman. I ain't going to trust this woman like that. I ain't going to whatever. Because now you're meeting me at my best. So how can I trust you to be there at my worst? Because I can't. Because you've never been there. And this is the thing where women don't understand. You already did it with a man. You should have stayed with that man. Okay? But this is the thing with women, again, they're synonymous with this, thinking the grass is greener. I've been with 6, 7 millionaires. I can always do it again. It's easy, right? I'm so good. Millionaires will always be in my life. That's the delusion. Okay? And this is what I talk about on my shit. The delusion of women is dangerous. Like I said, it's finite. Okay? There's not that many millionaires. You just been with like practically maybe a lot of them. If what you said is true, you already been with a good deal of them. Even that's why Kendra was pointing out, right? Oh, you should talk to them again. Or wow, you've been with a lot of them. Because even she knows that most women don't interact with these type of men. Right? Most women don't get a chance with even one type of man, with one of those men. So you are interacting with multiple of them. And to think that your luck will continue, you're ridiculous.
All right. So 40 to 50, is your goal marriage?
Honestly, my goal is marriage. I would prefer to be married, but my main goal is to have a truthful, honest relationship where we are both being our authentic, true selves and just living life and enjoying the moment and creating experiences more than anything.
A friend would benefit. That's what she qualifies for.
I wasn't going to say it. I heard you. I was like, and she's describing that kind of a relationship.
Yes.
So I don't want for anyone to force a relationship of marriage. I think that should be an organic thing that happens organically.
Okay. So let me say this. You're 51. You do definitely look great for your age. Would you ever go older? Because one thing I hear a lot on this show a lot of men like younger. So I feel like you might find a man that's like 57, 58.
And that's the thing, right?
Mhm.
She want a man her own age. A millionaire her own age. Well, he qualifies for a 41-year-old. He qualifies for a 31-year-old. Hell, some even qualify for a 21-year-old. So this is the thing where it's her preferences, her standards that will disqualify her for the man that she wants. She's 51. As crazy as it is, maybe if she should have a better chance with a 61-year-old millionaire, or maybe which is quite pretty old, a 71 millionaire. Well, that will increase your chances.
Really gonna probably treat you the way you want to be treated. Whereas a 40-year-old man is gonna, I mean, he got you, he gonna have the women that's his age, the women younger than him, sometimes older, might be better. So are you open-minded? Just throwing this out there to date a man that's older than you, like 57, 58.
I am open-minded to date an older guy that's in his late 50s. As long as he has a young spirit about himself, takes care of himself, and can get and understand where I'm coming from in my life and get with what I'm doing. And not try to, a lot of times men try to control women. That's what I have found. Me, myself, personally, I have no interest in.
See, this is the thing, right? And I do this with my other videos. I dissect the shit out of these videos. Because women prove me right. Remember what I said? This woman only sees this man as a luxury, a auxiliary, or just a purse. She said, "My life. This man is like only entering my life. It's a compliment to my life. You want to date a millionaire and you think that he's going to listen to you? No, that's not how it goes, baby. Right? You will be on his page, not the other way around. This is why women like this are still single. Like I said, they proved me right. Okay? She's hard to deal with. You expect a millionaire to follow your lead, to be on your page? No, that's not how it works. A man that's highly desired, which she's asking for. No, woman is on his page. And this is why they don't date 51-year-olds. Okay? Because even you know it, as we get older, we are more set in our ways. We are harder to deal with. How the life she's lived, she dictates how she lives. No man is going to come in between that. And you ask for a high caliber man, why would he need to deal with that? When he has options, he can choose a 41-year-old. He can choose a woman with less attitude, less of this mindset.
And that, because I'm not.
Well, girlfriend, those men are controlled. So I don't understand why women negate when you ask for an affluent man that makes a lot of money. And they're that way because they have to work hard to become that individual. And at this moment in their personal life, they want women that fit into their life. So that is a common thing to the price category of the man that you desire. And I think women, listen, ask for what you want, child, but you have to also understand what you're asking for.
Right.
That's just what it is.
I get that, but me, myself, I am an entrepreneur. I'm creating $1 million business. I'm a realtor. I have the same goals, dreams, aspirations, and stepping in the same shoes that person is. And I've experienced that. So I just don't want a whole control factor.
This is the thing. Men don't care. This is the thing. I don't know about you, but if you're a millionaire, does it matter if she's a millionaire? It don't. No man. A man would like her to, have her own shit or work or be it. This is the thing, right? Men are fine with women having jobs. It's cool. It's cool. Taking care of themselves, great. It don't make you more attractive. And I've said this in plenty of video. You being a real estate owner, you having your own business does what for a man? Nothing. Because women do not spend money on men. She wants a millionaire. So really, What does it matter if she makes millions? She's not building with a man. She's not combining assets with him. That's not women don't really do that. Women actually just take assets. Okay? This is the thing what women don't understand. You want him to have money because you want to take from him. You having money, men don't receive money from women. Rarely. And the men that do, well, those are scumbags. Because this is how it is. And I don't know millionaires that is taking money from women. They're not.
That's not gonna happen.
Yes. So this is what I said. A woman's like, and that's why I go back to what I said, right? Women pick and choose the path they want. You want to be a career woman? Great. But know that being a career woman, okay, does not add anything to your value in a man's eyes in a relationship, right? This is the thing where you talked about before, right? She's older and she's more experienced, and all. You brought this stuff up, right? That's the thing. Wisdom, and we've argued about this before, right? Women gaining experience does nothing for a man. It does not make her more attractive. Sometimes, at best, it won't detract her, right? But it doesn't make her more attractive. That's the thing. Women going through trauma, women experiencing more in life, it don't add anything. It actually makes things worse because it makes them harder to deal with.
I can see that in a certain type of woman, like the ones we're looking at. I think there are plenty who aren't like that. That's all. That I guess that's my only rebuttal. Because I don't disagree with anything you said about. I don't disagree with much about what you said regarding the woman we're talking about right now. I just don't know if I believe that's most women.
Oh, we got.
I believe that's a lot of women. I just don't know if I believe that's most women.
There's a certain amount of respect that you have to have for your partner. There's a certain amount of submission that has to be there, and I'm 1,000% willing to give that. I just don't want I don't want nobody standing on my neck.
Let me say this, and I think this is where the disconnect is coming for the women that desire that type of guy. Like, I think a lot of times your great attributes can also almost be a disadvantage. Let me explain that, right? Okay, no man that I talk to in that money category wants a bum, right? So that ain't the goal. They're not looking for a girl that can't pay a rent and can't do nothing. That they don't want that. But what they do want is a woman that can fit within their life. So with you being all those things for your own, that's great. But let's say he's like, well, listen, I want to go away for a month. You know, are you able to stop your job and just go away for a month? Or I want to do this. Are you going to be able to be home? Because I think the disconnect with boss chicks, sometimes you look at wives and you're like, well, she's not even as accomplished as I am. Like, how did she get this man if she's not as accomplished as I am in the work field? And the reason is because that man chose her because she fit within his life. She was the mother of his children. She's there when she works, when he's home from work. She has food. She's available to travel when he wants to travel. So I think that's one of the biggest disconnects that boss chicks sometimes don't realize, that the guy you guys say you want, how you feel as though your career is your advantage. To some men, it's a disadvantage.
For me personally, I'm gonna get in where I fit in. And if you good to me, I'm good to you. If you respecting me, I'm respecting you. I am bona fide grown. I can walk away from any situation that I have to walk away from that's not serving me, and I want for the person to have that same mentality. But I'm trying to get in where I can fit in at the same time too.
Okay, no, I love it. I love this dialogue. Let me ask you this, because on the flip side, with you being so successful and the things that you're building, if you were a man, you will be looking for a beautiful woman that could just fit into your life, and then you will be paying the bills if you were a man. Now, you're not a man, you're a female.
Right.
Let's say you can find a guy that can fit within your life, but he's available because he doesn't make that much money. You know, but he can be available for you all the time. He can show up for you all the time, but he's essentially coming into your life and making a life. Would you date a man like that, or does he have to be fully established and financially like over 200K on his own.
And this is why I said, right? Well, when you said giving advice,
Mm-hmm.
practically what she said.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I said, right? If you want marriage, I said at your age, there's still men that will marry you, but there's gotta be sacrifices. Marry a garbage man, marry a UPS man, marry a man that you know what he can take care of himself, but he's not buying you Gucci, he's not buying you Prada, you know, he's not taking you to Dubai. That's just it. Sacrifice. You want a marriage? You want a man that's loyal to you? He's monogamous. Well, okay. Well, that's gonna come with sacrifices, and that's what this is what I'm saying.
I don't think that we would play on the same playing field. I think eventually it would become a problem. So I would prefer to date someone that can get on that we can be on the same level. Because a lot of times when you're unevenly yoked, that's a problem. And I don't want to be unevenly yoked with anyone. Not even in a
So you're saying unevenly yoked financially?
Correct. Unevenly yoked financially, spiritually, mentally. I want to be on the same playing field for the most part and still understand that a human is flawed.
And you wonder why she's still single.
So I'm not looking for Mr. Perfect because I know that doesn't exist. But I am looking for someone that we can be on the same mentality. So whereas if I'm saying that I need to do this or that they aren't, that if I need to go do something for my businesses, or if I need something for my businesses, you're not knocking it, you're lifting me up because you can see the vision of where I'm coming from. I want a visionary in my life.
Gotcha. You know that men marry unevenly yoked women every day though. Like they marry women who not in the same financial level.
And guess what? For those who choose to do that, that's their business. But me personally, I tried to be in an unevenly yoked relationship for years. And it just didn't work. I need someone that we can get on each other's level.
I love it. Okay. So what are 3 flaws you have to work on?
I would say that I love my children, so I'm definitely a person that probably caters to my children a little bit too much. So I would probably say that. I could probably let my guard down a little bit because I definitely have somewhat of a guard put up, not to the point where it's not doable, but I do have a little bit of a guard put up. And I could probably, I don't know. I don't know. I could just maybe exercise more. How about that?
Okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Christopher?
I would say a guy would be lucky to be with me because I'm a very loving person. I'm a very understanding person. I'm someone that's looking to build. And if you have a family already, I'm definitely very open and giving to accept and receive that. I'm someone that's trying to live and experience life to its fullest.
I love it. Okay, can I ask you when was the last time you were intimate with someone? You don't have to answer.
I don't mind answering it. I haven't been intimate since the whole summer, so it's probably at least 4 or 5 months.
Okay, and when was your last relationship again?
My last relationship, my real last relationship was probably about 7 years ago.
7 years. So you've been single for 7 years?
I've been single for 7 years.
Okay, and now is the goal a relationship? Is that your goal?
My goal is to have a relationship, yes.
Okay, so boyfriend, girlfriend, man, woman, we do holidays together, that's my man, that's my girl, that's the goal.
That's the goal,
okay.
Yes.
So, I mean, you look good. Why do you think you've been single for 7 years?
I think I've been single for 7 years because I have boundaries within inside of myself, and I have a standard and a way that I want to be treated. And being
Oh yeah, you have those standards, but yet you still sleep with men. Makes sense. Make a whole lot of sense. You still give men your body. The men that don't meet your standards, meet your boundaries, but hey, they get your body. Well, that's why I said you only qualify for situationships.
I mean, men give their body to women all the time, right?
But they don't say about standards. Right? Men are not saying, oh, these women don't qualify for standards and all that stuff. They don't say that. Men know they want sex. Period. But they're not talking the BS.
a single woman out here in the world, I have experienced a lot. I have experienced a lot of saying that it's one way and it's a whole nother ball game going on, thinking that, you know, a woman is supposed to jump to your beat or skip to your beat or be so impressed.
That's the man you said you want, girl.
But let me say, but it's okay if it's for real. So it's a lot of pump faking going on in the world too, and I have no interest in that. So I ask God to give me discernment to be able to see exactly what's lying in front of my face, with being humble, not ego driven, with still remaining feminine and being in my ladylike behavior. And God gives me the opportunity to see that. And so when I see that, I just let it go. No problem, no harm, no foul. We're still cool.
Okay. Let me ask something she said. I forget. Okay, well listen, let's do it. Crystal 51 Pisces. Oh, does he have to be in Chicago?
All right, let's give you. What do you think? Let's hear your breakdown. Right, you get a sense of how I break these things down.
Yeah.
What's your breakdown?
I mean, the only thing I can offer is I think that there are plenty of women who don't have her mindset. I mean, we looked with one video, and in that one video, we saw two women, right? And they're opposites, because Kendra G is thinking along completely different lines, right? So I guess that's the only thing I have to offer. I can't really deny anything you said about there being flaws in her thinking. I mean, what she's describing as is what she says she wants would create an unevenly yoked relationship, because she wants someone just like her, and that's putting all the weight on one side and the scales tipped the wrong way, instead of having somebody who would, I guess, in her situation, be able to support her, which would be someone who isn't as career minded, and isn't as someone to support her would have to be someone very different from her. Someone with a personality where they want to they're a little more, they'll serve, and they're a little less busy making money and things like that, because that's the role she's taking on in her relationship. So they have this. So she got what she wanted. Yeah, I agree. It would be in a situationship, and it sounds like that's what she kind of wants. She just wants, a friend.
I mean, if that's what she wants,
right?
It won't be that hard to get.
Yeah,
she doesn't qualify for marriage. She barely qualifies for actual relationship. This is a woman that most likely will stay single and die alone. She will. Ridiculous that you at 51 you want to build with a man. No, you already had that opportunity, and you left him. So really, you ain't building with a man, especially a man that's a millionaire. He's already built, right? You're the one who wants to build a career now, build whatever business. So no, you are wanting to extract a man's resources to build yourself. You're not building with the man, because what is he building? He's already established. This is the thing what women understand. You asking for a man that's already built while you are now trying to build yourself, well, you're just extracting from him. So really, that again, like you were probably kind of saying, that's uneven. That's not equally yoked. You're trying to be equally yoked. You don't offer much to a man that's of that caliber. So this type of woman is the conventional woman that, especially her age, well, these women that are 50, 51 and stuff, well, they're most likely die single, right? They could do situationships, they could, give the body to other men that don't meet their requirements, and that's it. Just die alone, have your kid. She already has kids, and she wants to build her millions. Well, she will have the money and she will have her kids. You won't have a good man. That's plain and simple. Especially a good man of the caliber that you want. She ain't gonna have. So That's just plain and simple.
Okay, all right. I mean, I don't know what to say. You be torturing them. You just be like, it was a fire to her.
They do themselves. I feel
Right.
like my analysis have always been dead on. I can read these women like a book.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, let's try this one more video and we'll call it a good episode.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready. She was very pretty, by the way.
Who?
The last lady.
Yeah, I think she's average. I would say she's average. I would say nothing special.
No, I would for 51. I think she's above average. But okay.
I mean, 51 is fine, but it's like, I mean, you kind of comparing like how ugly other 51-year-olds are. Like you're 51, you ain't that special, right? You're 51, 3 kids, terrible attitude, terrible personality. You're nothing special. All right, let's try this other video.
Hey, you're gonna. Hi. Bring it in. What you doing, girl? Talking business. Can you give me better light? Let me see if it's me. It's like the way the light. It could just be me. You could be fine. I'm like, can you see me? I can see you. It could be because I have a big ring light. So sometimes, let me. Okay, no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. This is good. This is good. All right. Hello. Oh, let me just add the YouTube link.
Angel, why did I just get on right now?
Are you ready?
I told my
Well, your Wi-Fi's messing up a little bit, boo.
oh,
Let me see.
my window.
Let me just, I'm gonna pin. Say again?
Northern California.
Northern California.
Yes.
Do you have any kids?
I have 4.
4 kids. How old are you, Marie? I'm sorry.
43.
4 kids, 43. I've said it before. I'll say it again. As women get older, they just become bigger red flags. Okay? There's less value, less importance. Okay? Women don't bring a whole lot as they get older. Here's a woman that's 43, still on the dating market. Well, like I've said in plenty of reasons, right? You attract terrible men. You're attracted to terrible men. You are hard to deal with. So, no duh, you're still in the dating market. Have to evaluate these women so you can understand what you're dealing with. And this is what I want to help men discern with, right? Don't waste your time. Have self-respect in yourself. These women are, like I said, dating for women is easy. So if you think it's so easy, why are they still single? Why are they still looking for a man? Well, like I said, these are the reasons. And these are the bigger reasons, right? There's other reasons, there's plenty of other reasons. And I think one of the biggest reasons is they're hard to deal with. So be careful. And this is the thing where, you got to know what you're dating. I think a woman in her 40s is a no-go. That's it. Because after that, it's like, you're just wasting your youth. You're wasting your time. And there's always going to be consequences for your actions. Women waste their youth. Well, the consequences is don't expect to find a good man in your later years. That's just how it is.
43, good.
Oh, thank you.
How old are your kids?
My oldest is 24. I have twins that are 23, and my daughter is 15.
Okay, all by the same man?
The boys are by a different man.
How many men?
2 babies.
Two. Ever been married?
No.
Another one, right? And here's the thing, like I said, another one that maybe she'll ask for marriage now. After, this is the thing. That's why I don't see what you talked about before about mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say that. I don't think that, because unless you call women stupid, then I don't think that's a mistake. You just chose to give men children. You choose men that don't qualify for long-term commitment. You choose to give them children. So you deliberately chose wrong. Because if you thought this man would be long-term commitment worthy, you would have required marriage. But no, most women, majority of women, know these, they see these red flags. They know these men won't last long. So why even marry?
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true.
I've not been proven wrong.
Well, all right. So they made the mistake, but I don't know if that means they were like, they did math in their head and said, this guy's not going to last long and he's not a good person, but he's going to give me a kid. That's not what happened in their mind.
No, okay, see, yes, that's me being direct. Okay, what happens in a woman's mind is that, okay, you know what? This man, hypotheticals, right? This man dealt drugs. Well, let's say hypothetical that you just saw this man doing criminal act. There's a man that's a criminal. There's only two ways in his life: the grave or prison. Okay. Well, what does that say? You just chose a man that most likely has a very uncertain future. So you pretty much know how it ends. Okay. That's one thing. Here's another thing. Oh, this man has no stable job. So you just chose to give a child to a man that didn't have a stable job. Okay. Oh, what do you think? You think he's going to magically get another stable job after you give him a kid? No. It's like there's signs. Like I said, women ignore red flags. There are signs that show you that this man, well, might not be a good candidate. Might not be a good fit. Okay. There's other things like, okay, what? He had 3 baby mamas. Wow, you should have seen how that is, right? You can see, maybe I shouldn't maybe I shouldn't be the 4th baby mom, because maybe that's going to end the same way as his last 3. Like I said, I'm being direct. I'm taking all the bullshit out of it, but those are the things. Women are not being direct about it, but you see little red flags. You see red flags that can indicate how this relationship may go. It's not foolproof, but women do. I've talked to a lot of women. They ignore red flags, and we've agreed, and you've agreed with this too, right? And a lot of those times, those red flags can tell you how things will go. And I gave you a couple examples, right? And that's the thing, right? Where women technically know that these relationships won't last long. And if they did, well, why not require marriage? Because like if a woman, like right now, if she doesn't say, oh, I want to marry, then okay, then it was never on the table. You never cared about it. Then that's fine. If a woman now in her later years have less to offer, is older, more traumatized, more attitude, whatever, is now requiring marriage, she always wanted it, but she just met men that didn't qualify for it. But she thought they were fine to have kids with. That's the thing.
Okay.
What you do for a living, Marie?
I own an online boutique, and I just hustle on the side if I'm not making enough. I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous.
All right. So Marie, 43, Northern California, 4 kids, mom to 4, a 24-year-old, 2 sets of twins. I said a twins that are 23, a 15-year-old.
I can tell you this, right? You talk about Kendra.
Mm-hmm.
She's in her mid 40s, right? Mid, maybe to late 40s.
Okay.
She was exactly like all of these other women, at least in mindset and attitude, right?
Yeah.
What changed her to be more, which I've said in my other videos, where I like her more now because she's been more logical, right? Okay. She makes more sense. But, right, what's changed her is all of these videos that I've watched, right? That makes me, that I break down.
Uh-huh.
She talked to all these women and she sees the hypocrisies, the delusions, the craziness of women, and she's changed her tune. Because a while back, right, when Kevin Samuel was on his grind, right? Doing his alive and doing his shit. She went on his show and talked about like these women.
Okay.
And he broke her down like I'm doing right now to you, to these women.
Uh-huh.
He was breaking her down, Kendra.
Oh, really?
And she was not having it. She disagreed and all. Like she was like, oh no. Just like these women, right? Delusional like these women. Over time, dealing with a lot of these women, she gained that self-reflection and she's changed her attitude drastically. So that's why I liked her now. But again, she's been these women. That's why I'm saying, and that's why I would. I mean, like if we ever like make this a daily thing or a big thing, I want us to break these down like more often. You know, in the future, if I want this like a segment because I have plenty of Kendra G's show that I break down, and I would love us to do that together.
I'm with it.
Going to online boutique. What's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
Yes. Let's do it. What kind of man you looking for, Mama?
I am looking for someone who's consistent, someone who's caring, generally has a happy vibe. Stable. Is a provider. That's about it.
Okay. As a provider, okay. What are your deal breakers?
Men who are angry, men who are abusive in any way. Christians, kind of. I think that's it.
Okay. When you mean provider, what do you want to provide for us? Do you want guys paying off bills? What's your idea in that way?
So if we're living together, yes, you'd have to pay all the bills.
If you're living,
paying all the bills.
Okay.
You're 43. Baby number 4. 2 baby daddies. And now you expect a man that comes into your life to pay all your bills. Yeah. And this is the thing where, right? There's no equal exchange. This is the thing where I doubt, like I said, at 43, women are who they are. Women are not, I mean, like, I doubt this woman is a submissive type of woman. And I said it. If a man is paying all the bills, right, if he is like taking care of the household, well, that's going to come with it's going to come with demands. It's going to come with submission. This is the thing where women don't understand. If you require a man to pay all your bills, and then you nag him, he's not contributing to the household, he's not contributing to the kids, he's not contributing to girl, then how about you? We talked about this. I think we talked about all these before. Please check out other episodes. Do half. Modern day women are not traditional. They do not qualify for traditional actions or traditional type relationships. They qualify for 50-50. She should do it where I want a man that can take care of himself. So we combine income, we combine lifestyle. You're providing, I'm providing. You take care of kids, I take care of kids. You take care of the household, I take care of the household. Right? That's what modern day women, qualify for. Because again, women nowadays don't qualify for a man to be traditional, to take care of all the bills, to take care of all the expenses. Why? Because they're going to complain. Oh, he doesn't do nothing for the kids. Oh, he doesn't take care of my needs. Oh, he doesn't take care of the household. He's not cooking. He's not cleaning. He's not changing diapers. He's not spending time with his kids. He's not spending time with me. Okay, bitch. Then how about you contribute half? Right? Women forget when they are single, they complain about working all the damn time, about paying all the bills, taking care of everything themselves. But when they have a man that now taking away all that responsibility, now they find other things to complain about. Right? You can't. Every woman. This is why I said, I wish you could prove me differently. But this is why I said
that's like our next video.
But this is the thing: majority of women. I've never said all. Majority of women, right? They don't qualify for it because they don't have the temperament for it. They don't have the personality for it. They're not feminine. They're not ladylike. They're not traditional themselves. So they do not qualify for traditional values, right? You don't qualify for a man to pay for everything. You're 43. It's too late to change you, right? You ain't gonna be no submissive woman. And I mean, like, as much as bad on crack, she looks like she's 43 to me.
Let's see. I think she looks good, but okay.
I didn't say she didn't look good.
Right.
I think she looks like she's 43.
She's 43. Okay, I got you.
Did you live with your children's dad?
Yes.
Okay, and they paid all the bills. Okay, so would you pay all bills include like mortgage, rent, light, everything?
Considering, yeah.
What would do you want to financially contribute or no?
No.
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 Would you be buying food or no? Not even that either.
I did that. Definitely, yes.
Okay. You're a provider. If you move in with, y'all live together, it gets there, you're paying all the bills. Okay. Could he have kids?
Yes, definitely. Older kids.
Huh?
Older children, preferably.
Older children. You don't want any more kids, or do you?
I have a grand. Oh.
What are your deal breakers besides not being a provider child?
My deal breaker, men who are abusive in any way, including emotionally, mental, men who pretend to be one way and they turn out to be another way later. Men with no ambition. I have a lot of deal breakers, but they're not really hard.
The last part, you said what, men, what?
I have a lot of deal breakers, but they're not big ones. They're just basic ones. It's hard to remember. I'm so nervous right now. But yeah, definitely the thing that's a no. Men who don't like children or animals, things like that. They just have to have a really good vibe.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you want him to be in Northern California?
My daughter will be graduating soon. After she graduates high school. No, I don't. He doesn't have to be in Northern California.
Okay. Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No, he doesn't have to make a certain amount of money. I've never actually had how much they made, so no.
Excuse me 1 second. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude. I apologize. I'm gonna edit that part out. So, does it mean I gotta make a certain amount of money?
No, it just has to be something reasonable, something to live off of, something he can pay all the bills with.
Something he can. So enough to pay all the bills. You live in Northern California.
Yes, and it is pretty high, so I can't give you a number, honestly.
Could a man pay all the bills off $100K in Northern California?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have to look at could he do it off of 70K?
I'm not sure.
Look, I'm about to show for you. You probably your energy probably made me choke by even asking that damn question. The energy's like, bitch, hell no. What the hell you gonna ask me about those 70K, bitch? I'm about to choke to death for even disrespecting you by asking that question. So 70K wouldn't be enough.
I don't think so, honestly.
Okay. So maybe
I've said this in my other videos, right? Men that makes 60 to 80K.
Mm-hmm.
I want to promote that you are good men. You are above average men. 50K is average for men. For most men, is 50K. Mm-hmm. You make more than that, I commend you, right? Like, pat yourself in the back. You men are above average men. So a woman that's 43 who look down on above average men, you don't qualify for any man. You don't. Okay? You are 43 and You look withered. Okay, so for you to think that a man that makes 70K is not good enough for you because he can't pay all your bills and probably give you Prada, Gucci, and shit like that, you're crazy. And that's why women like this stay single, not alone. Because you look down on good men, above average men. You look down on those type of men. You don't qualify for any.
100K.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Does he have to look a certain way?
I don't have a racial preference.
Okay.
For men that are not too skinny, though, he has to be a little on the bigger side, I guess.
Okay. I mean, listen, you always have more options when you're open up to all races.
Right.
That's what it is. You're gonna have more options. Okay, fair enough. Let's do the kids again.
1 second. I know everyone says this, but I mean, I did expect you to pick me today, but I don't know. I just wasn't ready. I just got home from spin. Sorry.
God.
Let's see.
I was already set up the phone.
You're in great shape. 43, you look amazing.
Thank you.
I mean, that helps her, right? Her body helps.
Mm-hmm.
Her face is kind of withered. But her body helps. But again, like that, right? When you think about this is what I think, right? I always think that is, right? Body and face,
Mm-hmm.
situationship. Personality, relationship.
Okay.
Right? Like how you are in the long term, marriage. Right now, she qualifies for situationships. Because if it's her body, well, then what does men use her body for? Well, sex. That's just it. So her personality is like the typical woman, right? Egotistical, entitled. Well, what good man gonna see the benefit in this?
Okay. Am I saying it right, Marie?
Yes.
Marie, 43, Libra. When was your last relationship?
It was about a year ago.
Oh, bring yourself back up. You're so low now. I don't know what happened. You said a year ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I declined that one.
Okay.
I've said this in my other breakdowns. A woman that declines means that she had sex recently.
Okay.
And having sex recently, she did it within the last month to about 4 months. Right?
So.
Usually because women will feel embarrassed or make it seem they look bad. If they say about 6 months, half a year, it makes it look not terrible, right? It's been a while, right? Half a year to a year. So women will answer that quickly.
Okay.
But if it's been a month to about 4 months, well, it's kind of recent. So usually women will say, okay, wow, seems like you're floozy.
Okay.
3 flaws you have to work on.
So I'm an overthinker.
Okay.
I'm an overworker. When it comes to my boutique, I'm constantly working. I'm working all day. So I do try to balance that out with my daughter. She's my youngest. She's the last one here, and my grandson. But it's hard. It's hard sometimes.
You're a grandmother?
Yeah, I have a 3-year-old grandson.
Okay.
Yeah.
You work a lot.
And I have a hard time deciding where I want my body to be when it comes to the gym. So at first I wanted to go for like the bodybuilder physique, but now I'm like, maybe not. It's not for me because I can't eat that much. So I'm always up and down now just because of that. So just the indecisive part, I guess.
Okay. Indecisive. All right. Is that 3?
Yes.
Okay. Why would a man be lucky to be with you?
So I have really good energy. I don't cheat. Most of my kids are grown, so I do have a lot of freedom. Yeah, I'm just a really great person.
Okay.
And yeah, a lot of people, they connect with, I'm an introvert, but for some reason people are always comfortable coming up to me and talking. So okay. I think.
What is the age range you would date?
45 and up.
45 and up. Okay. 45 and up. So this is Marie. Does he have to be in Southern California? I can't remember.
Northern California? No, he doesn't. My daughter is on, so I'm open to moving.
Okay, you're open to moving. So this is Marie, 43, Libra, Northern California. Mom to 4, online to seek 2 men. Do you want to get married?
I'm open to it.
Open to it. Okay. And she wants a provider. So she just say, if y'all get together and it gets there, honey, you paying all the bills. She might buy an apple or 2.
Exactly.
But she ain't paying no light bill, no gas, no electric, no mortgage, no rent, no rental insurance, no mortgage insurance, no parking space fee.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
Ooh, child, so you definitely don't believe in no 50-50 situation.
Oh, not at all. Not at all, no.
Well, I'm gonna pick your brain. Tell me why this is such a strong. Just curious. Why you are very strong, and if you do cohabitate with a man, you shouldn't have to pay any type of bill.
It may just be because that's how I was raised. Even with my first relationship with my boy's dad, he asked me to pay 50-50, and my parents kind of went in on him about that. So it's just how I was raised. My dad.
And yet, she gave him 2 kids, or she gave him multiple kids.
Mm-hmm.
This is the thing where the hypocrisy of women. Fine, you want to be you want what you want, perfectly fine. I don't put down women for necessarily for wanting they want, and yet they prove that you know what, it's not the end all be all, because you still gave this man kids. Okay, you gave this man kids, and yet this is what I said before, right? You gave this man kids, and he wanted 50-50, and you still thought this man was like, this is what I'm saying, right? Remember what I said before, how I said you women see these red flags and still choose these men. Okay, where you see that this won't last long, because if this man had this mentality and she wasn't for it, well, no duh, it wouldn't last long, because she couldn't stand it long enough.
Yeah.
And that's why I said women have these this is why I said women are hard to deal with, and women choose men that they know won't last long.
My mom never paid 50-50 on anything, and she still had her own job. So, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's how you raised. But rightfully so, this was your dad's family, right? Like you were your dad's child, was it a stepdad?
Oh, it was both.
Oh, your mom didn't play no games. Your mom was married to your dad and then married to another man?
Yes.
And both times she's never paid anything. Say it again?
Providers.
Point blank, period. Mama done set the standard. Is your mama Margie Harvey? Dude, you sound like you can be Lori Harvey's sister child.
Right?
Both my dad and my stepdad, my mama don't pay no bills.
No.
I mean, look, it is what it is. How she was raised, how you can't do that, but respect that. So let's do it. I'm happy I'm happy I went down the road with you with that question. All right, let's do it.
So here's the thing, right? It's about to end anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If she's not planning to marry the men that her mom married, then that's the difference, right? You can't expect that there will be plenty of these type of men out there. Now, let me say this, right? This is how I'm gonna be nice about it.
Okay.
She doesn't seem like a bad person, right? Personality wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit bubble. I mean, she's happy, so that's nice, smiling. So personality might not be as terrible as, I wouldn't say she's as egotistical as the last woman, right?
Yeah.
And maybe narcissistic, right? I can get a sense of that, right, from how I read her. The thing is that, and it's fine that women want the provider type, the man that provides all, right? She has a okay body, right, and not a terrible personality. So I wouldn't say that it's impossible. She probably has a better chance than the 51-year-old. This is the thing where women don't understand that, okay, sometimes these men are not as in abundance as women think they are. And I think her parents steered her wrong. Her mom's already in her second marriage, so obviously it shows you that, you know what, it's not easy, and it doesn't always work, right? And you gotta think most women, and I can read that of her, at least not that much yet, but men that provides all, well, like I said, those men, they will expect some submission, some obedience, because I don't know any man that provides financially all and then have a woman backsass him, have a woman argue with him, have a woman be aggressive with him, have a woman question all of his decisions. I don't know that many men that would do that. Okay, there might be some simps out there, but I don't think there's that many. Okay, that can provide everything, and then, you know, take backsass from his woman. I don't know many men like that. So, but I don't necessarily. Again, that's why this woman is like, she's a little bit more bubbly. So I don't necessarily say that I get a sense for that, but this is the thing where a lot of times women try their best to put a different kind of foot forward, or like they try to have a certain persona, because again, her history is what tells me something. Okay, she's had two men that didn't work out. Well, you think about this, right? If she's bubbly, not bad physique, okay, why didn't it work for these two men who she chose to give kids to? That's why I always dig deeper, because yes, I mean, I try to read as best as I can in these, you know, few minutes of a video, but women do try to present themselves in a certain light. I could sometimes read past it, but, you know, like I said, with this woman, you know, she gives me a sense that she's not that, just from the video alone, she doesn't seem like that hard to deal with. But again, you have to read with every words they say. And one of the things I said, right? She's been with at least two men that she gave kids to, and it couldn't work out. You got to read a little bit into that. Okay. So that's how I kind of see it. I mean, like I said, I think she has a bit of a more of a chance for what she wants. I mean, she's not asking for a millionaire. She's just asking for a man that can provide all. And, you know, technically a man that provides all, you just got to pay some bills. You know, she doesn't seem like a woman that's asking for Gucci and shit. Yeah. You know, but again, I don't think it's impossible, but, you know, sometimes women got to think the rarity of the man you're asking for, right? Not every man can provide all. But she's also saying that she wants, you know, open it to all races. That's also helps, you know, women. A lot of black women are very stickler on just being with black men, which is fine. I'm all supporting of that. But again, you just shrunk your pool of candidates a lot more. So that helps her, right? So, you know, that's essentially my breakdown. What do you think?
Excuse me.
And I also I want you to get the hang of how I break things down. So I want to see how, you know, you break them down too.
I mean, she seems pleasant. She is very what's the word? She knows what she wants. All right, she wants and that stuck out. They talked about it for a while. She wants a provider. Someone who's not emotionally or physically abusive. That's recent. They talked about how much a provider should make, and I don't know if she would need that much, but if they're gonna live in Northern California, I get it. Plus 100K.
That's why that's a hard one.
Running. Although people who live in Northern California probably make plus 100K. You know what I mean?
Could be.
He's got good chances. I guess the only thing that stood out to me about her, and again, it's a short video, a few minutes. Oh, and by the way, she had kids, but she said they're grown or close to grown. She'd be available. She had time for her man. That's cool. She did. What stuck out to me though is it's nothing wrong with her saying, "Hey, I want a provider, someone who's going to pay all the bills. I'm not going to pay any bills." But when Kendra dug a little bit deeper. Like she was like, I'm paying for nothing. You know what I mean? And I guess I would worry. I would worry about what would happen if you came upon hard times. How cooperative she would be. So, I mean, because I'm not a guy who would mind paying all the bills for the woman I'm with or for my
Same.
wife. I
Same.
would consider that mostly my responsibility. But in a pinch, I would want a partner who's willing to help where they can. So, what if times are hard? What if something went bad at the job, or I got injured, or an emergency happened and it was a bill that I couldn't front all by myself with everything else, and I was like, I need your help, or we need to work together on this. It's just a few minutes from that video, but the sense I got was that not necessarily that she absolutely wouldn't do it, but that it wouldn't be a yeah, I'll help you out. It would be a contentious sort of thing.
And that's perfectly what you said, right? And that's the thing where with so much weight on a man's shoulders, that's why I said don't be surprised that man comes in like he better have a cooked meal always. He better have a clean house. He better not hear that, oh, I'm too tired for sex. This is the thing where the women don't understand. You put so much pressure on a man. Well, life should not be that easy for you. He should have at least benefit outside of work. That's the thing where a lot of women don't understand. Oh, I'm too tired for having sex. I'm too tired to. I don't feel like cooking for you. The house, I don't feel like cleaning that. Oh, the kids. I mean, she's older right now, but I mean, other women would do like, oh, you need to take care of the kids and stuff. You don't want to see. This is the thing where women don't understand. You put so much pressure on a man to, and seems like women don't even understand economics, where to provide for a woman to stay at home with her kids, with their kids, and provide for the kids as well. It is taxing. There's so much on the man's shoulders. Okay. Now I'm a true believer in men should be there in their children's lives, right? Men should help. I mean, men should make their women happy and all that shit, right? But at the end of the day, these are the reasons why men are not so active in children's lives. Men are not so active in providing constant happiness for a woman. Men are not caring about children's extra activities and shit like that because he is focused on providing. And that's why I said, right? Most women qualify for 50-50 if they expect those other things. If you want a man to, and you said it too, right? It's a sacrifice, right? If you don't need trips to Dubai, you don't need trips to Disney, you don't need all these other stuff that will cost a lot of money, right? All these extra school activities that will cost a lot of money. If you don't need that, if you're not demanding that, well then, and you both work because he's not providing everything, he's able to, and he should, he's able to, and he should be present in his children's lives, be present in your and a woman's happiness, right? That's how you do it. But most women, I said it, they expect perfection. This man better be working 70 hours a day or 70 hours a week, and then come home, help taking care of the kids, help cleaning and cooking, and help making me happy. It's selfishness. It is why men are burnt out, right? You and this is what, right? I don't necessarily condone everything men in the past have done, okay? But this is why men in the past, you always think that, oh, men are neglectful with the kids and stuff. Well, at the end of the day, when and we both know it, right? Work life, it's draining. You come home mentally drained, physically drained, okay? And for you to be focused on like, oh, how your kids are doing, what their after school activities are, all this shit is like, you're too tired to care about anything else. right? And then you gotta think about, oh, I gotta pay this bill, I gotta pay that bill, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. So I'm sympathetic. I'm a big advocate on fathers being active in their children's life, but I'm sympathetic and I understand. You put so much weight on a man's shoulders, and then you expect him to do more. We forget men are humans. They're not perfect. They can't do it all. How many times, I don't know about you, but I've seen so many single mothers complain about life, complain about taking care of the kids themselves, complaining about cooking and cleaning, complaining about working. See, that's the thing. They think they can't even do it all. Or they complain while doing it all. They're tired while doing it all. And they expect a man to do it themselves, right? To provide full, and this is again, a lot of times, and I've heard so many cases where women get with a man, have kids, and then tell a man that I want to be a stay-at-home mom. Usually men don't like it, but men agree to it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Men agree to it, right? So really, men are not asking women to be stay. I think most men would love a woman to continue working, to provide. And I believe a lot of men, they want to be in their children's life. They don't want so much stress. Hell, if I could work half of my hours, right? If I don't have so much stress and like I got to pay all these bills, I got to do all this stuff, and have someone to pay half of my shit, like every fucking bill I have, if I have a woman to pay half of everything, I'm golden. I'll love it. Okay? I wouldn't complain about nothing. Right? And I would take care of her needs because she's taking care of my needs. I would take care of the kids while she's taking care of the kids. I'm not terrible. I'm not really a cook, but I would try. It's just, I would contribute to other ways. But no, women expect men to work the whole time while they stay home, while expect them to also contribute around the household. This is the thing, women don't see what they're doing to men. Okay? And that's the thing I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree with you because I've already said like a relationship that's as close to 50-50 as possible is going to work. That doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to be financially 50-50, but whatever one person is contributing to the relationship, the other person contributes an equal amount, even if it's different stuff. So
yeah, I mean that's the thing, right? Exactly that. Where fine, if he's actually providing, right, fully paying everything, then don't. And again, I think men should be in their children's life, but don't be expecting of it. My baby mom, one of the arguments she had is like she was doing like paperwork for my son's schooling. It's like, oh, you don't ask anything about this paperwork, bitch. I'm just happy he goes to school. I don't care what you write. I don't care. I don't need to know everything about it. Right? I'm glad he's going to school. That's it. Right? I'm paying for his nursery. Okay? I'm paying like $600 or whatever. Pay for his effing nursery every month. Okay? I don't need to know what you're writing on the application for him to go to school. You can handle that. This is the thing where men don't need to know every freaking moment, every intricateness of their children's lives. Because if you want me to know, how about you contribute half of that money as well? How about you contribute to half of my stress? Right? Then I can have less stress and I can have more focus on other things. But no, let's not. This is the thing where women just, they don't understand the 50-50 thing. They understand it's 100%. Right? Yeah. You gotta provide and you gotta do all the other things that a woman demands.
Yeah, I think a relationship, it's gonna take whatever either party's contributing, it's gonna take an equal amount of effort to make it work. And when it feels like somebody isn't putting in that effort, I don't think it's gonna work. So yeah, I agree with you there. And I guess that would be my, when it comes to the last video we watched, that would be my concern with her. That at some point I might ask her for more effort in some respect, and she'd be like, "No, that's your problem. It's not my problem." It's got that sense. But I mean, I don't know.
But see, this is the thing, right? I want to. I'll just make this made me think. I want to end on this video, right? It's a short clip.
Okay.
Where this is a problem, right? Where women, and in this case, I guess black women, have created the issue that these men are dealing with, right? So let's end with this clip, and we'll have your final thoughts, and we'll because I have if you check my TikTok, right, Devil's Advocate, I reacted to this video already, but I want you to get your thoughts on it. So here, you want to read this? You can read these. Are you able to see everything?
Yeah, see it. This is what they wanted. The American black woman is no longer desired by black men. All right. Here's a poll to prove it. 5 successful black men that make well over 6 figures in income all vote. That ain't me, but okay. They don't even acknowledge American black women anymore. All right, let's see what's going on.
Take a quick poll. Let's take a quick poll. By a show of hands, how in the past year, how many of you all have walked by a black woman and just kept looking forward in the past year? Damn. Okay. How many of y'all have done it more than once in the past year? All right. How many of y'all have done it more than 5 times in the past year? Damn. How many of y'all make this a normal practice when you see black women on the street? Instead of saying, "What's up, sister," or even acknowledging her presence, y'all just walk by and look straight. That's a fucking normal practice. God damn. So
we got to, Uncle dude. We got to.
Ladies, this is the climate you created. I want you to, these are normal black men of varying backgrounds from different parts of the country. We got military, we got businessmen, we got everything right in here represented. And they're telling you collectively, never having met each other in person that I know of, they just walk past you and don't acknowledge you. My thing is this: if that's what's going on, why would you think we would be hunting you down in the club?
This is what I'm saying, right? And again, I know you're not making 6 figure, but this is the problem where women have created an environment where it has turned off good black men that may be good for the long term. Because if you, like in the beginning I said, right, I think, I don't know if I recorded it, but I know I said it, maybe it was off stream, but I said that you are a good black man. You should be highly desirable, right? You should be, at least to average women, they should see the value in you, right? You are very moral, great character, a monogamous mindset, marriage mindset, very beta. You have a decent job, you take care of yourself. You would want to take care of someone else. You want to be a father. I believe you will be a good father. But you're not highly desired, okay? And I don't know about your dating life, but I'm assuming that you're not desired much at all. And it sounds like a dig.
Right.
Sounds like a dig, but it's not trying to be. It's not trying to be. But it's saying, like, you have qualities that women complain about men not having. Okay? And this clip is, it's a short clip, but like, off the bat, well, one quality that these men have is they make decent money. And women have turned an environment where they're not looking for these men. But when these men, right, it says the passport bros and shit like that, when these men look for other women, go out of the country and interact with other women, that's when black women complain that these men uh are traitors or whatever, are terrible men and shit. Like if you, right, as a black man now dating, I don't know, another race of woman, right? Well, they just lost another good black man because they didn't value you, nor do they value these other men. Because again, look at these men; they're not. Some of them might not be conventionally attractive, might not be tall, might not be charming, might not be the conventional desirability what women like. And I think that, and women have created that environment, and I think that's sad, right? When you value height, when you value, because men and women are different, right? We've talked about this before, right? There's a lot of ways where for women to find attractive, right? Or for women to sustained desirability in a man, right? Looks, I'm not saying that it shouldn't be important, but it should be last on the list. Because again, for a woman, looks is not going to provide her stability. Looks is not going to provide her what she wants. For men, men are very simple. You know, a good-looking woman is quite high on my man's list, right? But men will like loyalty, men like femininity, men like other stuff too. But I mean, looks is very high on that list. But women are different, right? Women should value different things, and one of the things women should value, I believe, should be character, right? She will want, if she wants a man to be loyal, well, that should be top of her list. You know, height should be like at the bottom, but women love, you know, a man with height. Charm, I mean, it's nice and all, but that should be at the bottom as well. I think a man that's like kind of shy, kind of awkward, well, what does that tell you? Well, this man is not dealing with a lot of women. So that should be, you know, an attractive factor. But so this is the thing where I want to show you, like, I hear a lot of black men saying that, like, that. I mean, of course, like black men still marry black women. I mean, that's not the thing. But a lot of black men are just tired, right, of a lot of the just how the landscape of the dating market is, right? Because I showed you just 2 videos, right? These women are older. Okay, so this is the thing with a lot of things that a lot of these men see that they're not getting enough value for their buck. Okay, it's just women didn't check on these men when they were younger in their prime, but now want them when they're older and more been through more. Right, and that's the issue a lot of men see, right? Maybe, I mean, like, that's why I was talking to you before, where again, yes, the 51-year-old, whatever she offers now, but it's like whatever you offer now is not as valuable as what you offered before. That's just how it is. And then when you're asking for a certain caliber of man, well, the equal exchange, the exchange of value is not equal. You know, it doesn't benefit a man that much.
Okay. Okay.
So I'll give you the last word of you. Let's say the whole show or just the ending clip and stuff.
I mean, in regards to that last video we watched, that might be worth a whole show's discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I can't formulate it all right now, but I think I have a lot of thoughts about that.
Mm.
But as a show in general. Okay, so the videos that we watched with the women, I do think they pointed to some things if you're a guy you might want to look out for. And maybe if you're a woman, you might want to spend some more time thinking about as far as what you want and how realistically you can get it. I don't think those 2 women represent the majority of women. I mean, I've said it before about the loudest voices are the ones that get heard. And in this case, I think not the most extreme cases, but I say certain things get magnified because it's fun to watch. Our I won't even say fun or entertaining. I'll be like, because it's interesting.
Thank you for charging.
It goes against the way a lot of people think. So, I think there are a lot of women like the two we just saw. I've met them. I know some, but I also think there are a lot who are not. I think there's more than we realize. Because a lot of the women who think more along the lines that we think, or a lot of women who might have the qualities that we want, are probably not on videos talking about, their opinions. You know what I mean? I just that's what I think. But I'm gonna save that for another time because I'm making it my mission now to find counter arguments in video form.
Change my mind.
And we can do the same thing. We can sit and break them down and see what you'll say when I bring my set of video. But it's an interesting show all the way around.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you get to see how I break these women these videos down. I want you to see if you. I want to more like see how you break, because I think it's also beneficial for you to get a deeper understanding and breaking how you could view women and the things they say. I honestly think that benefits all men, right? And I think I have a good grasp of breaking women down. So that's why, you know what, show me a woman that I could break down, and you know what, I'll be pleasantly surprised how I break them down. Right? Okay. Show me a woman that can counter my thoughts. Okay. Because again, I get by where a lot of things women say in their history tells me a lot about them.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you real quick, and then we can. Do you think you could do the same with a man?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Cool.
But you know what? Men are just like, to be honest, I think men are easier to break down.
Okay.
Because I'm not saying that they don't lie as much or they don't put up much of a front, but it's typical. A lot of things with men are easy and typical, right? Okay. And I think a lot of times with men is like, it's kind of straightforward. You can tell if these are bad or whatever.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you want, we could always, I don't know. Kendra has a few, male clients or, okay. Shows. So we can always, look at those. I just don't, to me, it's like, I don't find it as interesting, right? Because it's only a few things, right? To make a man valuable is that, well, he better has the value to back it up. That's the thing with which why I'm, again, what we talk about outside of the show is like what I want with you to add to your value, right? And I always think that you're already a valuable man, but that's the thing, right? The more you want, or the more you want to qualify for, we got to increase our values. That's just it. I want any man to listen is that you got to be the best version of yourself as possible, right? Because women will always find faults in you, but if you're the best version of yourself, whatever women say about you is whatever, because you are the best you can be. There's nothing else you can do, right? So whatever flaw she say, it's obviously a flaw that you can't change. And that's what I want most men to see, that just be the best version of yourself. I'm not asking for men to be high value men, to be millionaires or six-figure men, but you want to be the best you can be. Okay. And if you feel like you've reached the close to your pinnacle, then that's the best you can do. And I think that's all any person can ask for. So it was a decent show, different than the other shows that we've done. So I think it's cool.
Your reactions, it was cool.
Yeah, and I want to again in the future if we can ever make more regular lives. I definitely want to do like a breakdown, every so often. So I think because I think it's fun and to get your perspective on things. Yeah, it was a good show. Hope you guys like it. Any last words?
No. Thanks for watching. It's fun. I can't wait for next time. As always.
It was fun, guys. Later.